Live. Hey everybody, it's Sandy from Stepping Stones. How are you tonight?
And Barry.
And this is my I was getting to that.
Fine.
I was getting to you.
Fine.
This should be entertaining. So for those who don't know me, I'm a sex and hormone specialist, and I help people who have hormonal issues and also who have libido problems, sexual health issues, all that kind of stuff. So
True.
This wonderful man in the back, by my side here.
Hey.
This is my husband, Barry, and he has graciously agreed to join us tonight in our for our first episode of the year.
It's my first time, so be gentle on me.
It's his Facebook Live virginity being.
I'm not actually this short. I'm just kind of sunk down.
He just likes to, lay back. Oh, there we go.
I'm not conventional in any way, so I tend to,
He's married to me, so kind of goes without saying.
Very true.
Oh my. Anyway.
How's my hair?
Your hair's fabulous.
I didn't brush it. Okay.
So this is going to be interesting. If you think I'm silly, yeah. You just met my other half, and the main reason why I am the way I am.
Thank you for having me, by the way.
Oh, anytime. So, Barry,
yeah.
Why don't you tell our audience a little bit about you?
Why, I'd love to, Sandra. Thank you. What would you like to know?
What do you like to do for your hobbies?
My hobbies. Well, okay.
Other than me.
I like to, I guess my main hobby is model building. I've been doing that since I was 8 years old.
Wow. That's a long time.
30 years.
Plus.
And yeah, that. I enjoy writing.
Mm-hmm. Rumor has it you've written a book.
Why, yes, I have. I totally forgot about that. Imagine you mentioning that.
Yeah, go figure.
Yes, I wrote a book. With my collected works of poetry, mostly. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That was a while ago. Jeez,
yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh.
I think you're due for another one.
I am overdue. Actually. That was 8 years ago. Yeah.
8?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yep.
Life is passing by like crazy.
Yep.
And just so y'all know, now that I know how to upload books onto Amazon, we're going to be putting Barry's book called The Glass Wall up on Amazon within the next, hopefully, month or two. Mm-hmm. Just because of my time issues. But it's awesome. It's really, really fabulous, and I really encourage you to check it out. And of course, I will let you know when it's ready. So, anyway, what else?
You're going to ask me what led to writing the book.
What?
You're going to ask what led to writing the
book. Yeah. Why? What?
Nothing. So, I got a black cat.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So what made you write the book?
Wow. I was totally unprepared for that question. Okay, I'll try to keep the background short. Yeah,
we only have like 10 minutes or so.
I know. I'll try to give you the Reader's Digest version. It's not a Reader's Digest book, by the way.
No.
Short story. Okay, so I was in a car accident back in 2008, April 18th, but who's counting?
Yeah.
And following that, I experienced what I felt was kind of post-traumatic stress. So, long story short, so there was a woman at work who was giving out quotations every day to a bunch of us. She left. I decided to take over that. I felt that there was something that was missing after following my accident that I just kind of felt like I needed to give back somehow. So I took over that, and it kind of snowballed to the point where the quotes that I was sending out were going out to about 250 people a day around the world. And so I thought, it's not too long before I get busted by IT at work, so I've got to do something different. So I started a blog. And from there, it took me a good year. I just felt really lost following the accident. And it took the better part of a year before I finally realized that the void in my life, what was missing was helping other people. Yeah. And sort of by taking the focus off myself and putting it on other people, that was what I needed. It was very therapeutic. So from there, I started meeting a lot of people around the world and developed some close friendships. And I found that over time, at first I was very closed off, and as those friendships developed, I began talking to people about issues in their life, some pretty serious things: suicide, abortion, drug addiction, relationships was a big one as well. And I kind of felt that was my
niche.
I don't want to call it my niche, but it felt like something that I needed to do. It was very healing for me, cathartic. So yeah, from there. So following that, I began writing poetry, and a friend of mine in the US suggested that I write a book about my life. I thought about it, and the problem with that is it can incriminate a lot of people. So I thought better of it. I kind of put that on the back burner until I realized that I accumulated enough poetry to fill a book. So
there's Dante.
It's Dante.
Mm-hmm.
So, so from there, I compiled what I thought were my best works, and I put them into the book called The Glass Wall. So, which I printed back in 2011.
Yeah.
I didn't actually publish it yet, but it should be going hopefully online
soon.
Amazon.
Yeah.
I've been amassing, in the meantime, I've been amassing some poetry, which has been leaning a lot more towards the erotic. So
cool.
That'll go into the next book, The Glass Wall 2, which is an incredibly creative title, I know, but
right?
That's the working title.
Yeah.
But I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't actually ever sit down and write something. I need to be inspired. So what I write is generally, this is getting way off topic.
Yes.
Anyway, my writing is based on personal experiences. So, yeah.
So you got into relationships.
Yes.
What is it about talking to people about relationships that you find so interesting?
I find the dynamics of people's individual relationships really interesting.
Yeah. Is it the psychology of it? Is it I find the diversity of it really interesting.
Yeah. I just find that there's almost as many flavors of relationship as there are people. And, everybody sort of has the traditional, society's definition of monogamous traditional relationship. And what I found was all these different variations. Some people were long distance, some people were poly, some people were monogamous, some people were open relationships. And it was just all sorts of different things going on. And what I don't know, I just found myself drawn to talking to people about their issues, things that they're going through, and just learning more about specifically romantic relationships, more than familiar relationships.
Yeah.
For me, that just really kind of sparked my flame, I guess, if you want to call it that way. And what I also found too interesting was that a lot of people really don't feel they have somebody that they can turn to and confide in, somebody who's open-minded and they can trust. And
well, sex is a very it's still very taboo in a lot of areas. And I had the coolest conversation I had a gentleman request to join Let's Talk About Sex Facebook group, and he's a preacher. And I thought, oh, this is going to be interesting. And my initial reaction was kind of, does he know what the topic is? But it's pretty self-evident because it's in the title. And anyway, long story short, I got chatting with him over the last couple of days a little bit. And he's actually written a book.
Oh, did he? Is it the preacher?
This is the preacher.
Okay.
He wrote a book, which I've really got to check into, about the church and about how kind of spirituality and sex. And so it looks really interesting, and I really have to track it down, because that's, just his comments were really cool. And then we went offline when we were, PMing, just some of the things that he said. And I'm like, wow, this is really cool. And I don't know why I never really thought of it before. I guess I don't have the best history when it comes to church and religion and stuff. So spirituality, I'm all over. But when it comes to church and religious stuff, I have some very negative experiences. So, but I kept an open mind, and he really proved to me so far that, I need to keep a more open mind about these things.
I always found that
Right.
interesting, looking and talking to people.
Yeah.
You'll look at someone, some people I've gotten to know over the years.
Yeah.
You would look at them and you think, wow, I would never have expected this to come out of their mouth. You know, I would have never expected this person to be open to this idea or to live a certain way.
I spent a good part of my day up at one of our local coffee shops, Jolie Cafe, which is where I'm actually doing an event on the 22nd of January. Little plug there. And I saw so many people that I know. One of the guys who comes in, I haven't seen him in quite a while. I've only met him a couple of times before.
Okay.
Robert, he's the sandals guy. Sandals
He's always
Resort.
wearing sandals. Okay.
No, Sandals Resort.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry. And it was so cool because he came in and he gave me the biggest bear hug, and there's three of us chatting. Oops, sorry. I tend to
hate when that happens.
I get things backwards. Anyway, so we were chatting, and it was really, really cool that he was just super open and didn't hesitate to talk about sex whatsoever. And it's just one of the things that I love about what I do, and you must get this as well, is that we both tend to provide people with a safe place that they can open up and talk about sex, and whether it's like no topic is off, is taboo.
Yeah.
There's no judgment with either of us, really. So we're gonna take this show on the road at some point in the future.
We'll be like along with bring our antiques with us too, and just sort of the sex and antiques and relationships roadshow.
So we're gonna have some
fun. If your sex life is old and dusty, just like your Chinaware.
He's in the perfect mood for this tonight. So I want to kind of wrap this up shortly, but is there anything that you'd like to leave with our audience?
Yes.
He's prepared.
You'll have to excuse me because I wrote this down because I have the idea in my head. I just did the phrasing. So no, what I said was the ideal relationship is one in which both partners involved are happy. So strive for that. Not what you think your friends think, what your friends expect, or your parents expect, or what you think society expects. It's whatever makes you happy. It's whatever two or more people in a relationship are happy and comfortable with. That's the ideal. I've been asked a lot over the years, what is normal? I get that all the time. I hate that word normal.
I know, right?
What is normal? Am I normal?
Yep.
And what is normal? I don't. It's a very elusive thing.
Yeah.
So basically, whatever you find works for you, if all partners are happy, then it's valid.
Yeah.
So never mind about what you think. If you're happy in a relationship, but if you're unhappy in your relationship, then talk to your partner.
Yeah.
If you can't work it out, then get counseling.
Yeah.
But if you are feeling somewhat unsatisfied in your relationship and you think it's only because it doesn't conform to what other people might expect, if it works for the two of you or the three of you or the four of you, then that's all that matters.
Yeah. So, I mean, we both are a little unconventional in our approach to a lot of things, not just this, but and
people even do purple walls, really.
Right? And purple hair, I mean,
yeah.
Really. Oops. Anyway, I still have this whole mirror image thing issue happening. But I'd just like to say in closing that, number one, thank you.
You're welcome.
We've been together. We've been married for 21 and a half years and together like just over 26. So yeah, you can tell.
26?
Yeah.
5, 92, 8. Yeah, 26. 26 years August.
No, it'll be 27 years in August.
8. No, it'll be 26. 5 years.
We've been married for 21
Wait,
plus 5 years.
Wait.
It's 26.
no, wait,
Pass.
wait. Hold on, time out.
Okay, we don't need to have this
Okay,
discussion
no,
here.
wait. 97. We got married in 97, right?
Yeah,
Okay. 5 years before that,
yeah,
92.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's
Oh, yeah.
Never mind.
Math is not his strongest
2019.
suit.
Yes, I suck at words. I
Yeah.
suck at numbers.
Anyway, ultimately, whether it's, regardless of your relationship, and really, essentially, regardless of what you're doing in life, whether it's a relationship, whether it's sex, whether it's a business, whether it's, I don't know, what color you want to dye your hair. Like, it really doesn't matter. Why should somebody else dictate to you,
March to the beat of your own drum, damn it.
right?
Yeah.
So don't let other people,
Fight the man.
oh, now he's just getting silly. He is, I've lost my train of thought.
Wonderful,
Yes, he's wonderful and adorable and
attractive, charming.
yeah, all that stuff. But just live your life according to your rules. I mean, obviously there's laws and there's, there are certain boundaries that you don't cross.
If it's illegal, if you're watching from the States right now, if it's illegal in like 42 of the
Countries,
states, the states,
States,
and
yes.
then just move to another state. Don't stop doing it. Just move to another state. Same with the provinces.
So, yeah. We're this is getting right off the rails. But just live your life according to how you feel is right for you. And sex is bloody important, so don't forget. And if your sexual relationship is not happy, then talk to your partner.
Oh, okay. We have to continue because there's a question you didn't ask me that we'll have to address later.
Jesus,
That's
I
okay.
can't remember. What was it?
What is an ideal sex life?
Oh, okay.
That could take a while.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Briefly, I don't know if you can do that, but
no.
yeah, he
Well,
saw this and he got all confused.
It's gonna get big.
You know what? We're going to come back and we're going to do another episode, and that's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
So,
It
because
could be
this is
like
already like really long.
Next month, maybe next year, but it'll happen at some point.
Thank you so
I have
much.
this cat going out the side of my
For
head.
Thank you very much for joining us for a little comedy relief here tonight. I'll try and keep it. I don't know what I'm going to try and keep it. But I will be having more guests.
Thanks for coming out, Sandra.
Yes, dear.
I appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
It's good having you here.
Anyway, darlings, love you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.
See you later.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Bye.